Hello guys, today I'll be explaining the graph of quadratic equation using this particular question we see. So I'll be doing some series on this particular topic, few examples. Now I'm dealing with the past exams that some of my students wrote, and I'm going to pick some international exam question and also solve as part of the examples in this particular series. So if you've not subscribed to my channel, I'm saying please click on that subscription button for you to get great content like this and more. So let's jump right into it. So the question said we should draw a graph of what? X squared plus 2x minus 5. The values that we're looking at are basically minus 4 to positive 3. So these are the values that we're looking at. These are the values that we're looking at. So and we're given a scale also that for x axis, for x, we're given a scale also that for x axis we're to use 2 centimeter to a unit, and for y axis we're given 2 centimeter to 2 units. Great, great. So the first thing I'm going to do here is to draw the table of value. The table of value is the first thing I'm going to do. So now there are two methods in formulating or constructing a table of value for a quadratic um, graph like this. So I'm going to deal with the first one, which is the tabular form. So I'm going to deal with the first one, and in my next video, I will deal with the second one. So if you've not subscribed to my channel, I'm saying please hit that subscription button for you to get great content like this and more. So I am using a particular online tool here, and I'll be using some of the um some of the tools that are on the platform to help me visualize or help me draw the diagram effectively. So I'll pick a table here. So we'll look here is 3, which is the last. Great. So we have how many columns? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Great. Great. So let me extend this also because I said we're going to have 4. This is 1, 2, 3, and 4. But mind you, there's just one row here we've not counted, making it 5. So this will be 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. So shift this a bit up. And okay, so now this is so at this particular stage or at this part here, we write our relations starting from the second one, which is what x squared. So this is what x squared, here. Then the third relation is what 2x, fourth one, which is what minus 5. And the first is what y. So this is our target to get the values of y. Great. Now looking at this particular first one here, this one says we should square the individual values of x that we have here. So these are the individual values of x that we have here. So we just square them one after the other. So minus 4 squared. Now recall that minus 4 squared is something as minus 4 times minus 4. And minus is plus, right? 4 times 4 gives us 16. So just quickly write 16. We do the same thing for um minus 3 squared. Minus times minus is plus. 3 times 3 is 9. Minus 2 square is 4. Minus 1 square is 1. 0 square is 0. 1 square is 1. 2 square is 4. 3 square is 9. Beautiful. Now, this one says we are going to do what? 2 multiplied by the individual values of what? X. So we have 2 multiplied by minus 4 give us minus 8. 2 multiplied by minus 3 to give us what? Minus 6. 2 multiplied by minus 2 to give us minus 4. And 2 multiplied by minus 1 to give us what? Minus 2. 2 multiplied by 0 to give us 0. And 2 multiplied by 1 to give us 2. 2 multiplied by 2 to give us what? 4. And 2 by what? 3 to give us 6. Nice. Now looking at this particular number here, you notice that there's no variable, no x attached to it. All right, so it doesn't have anything to do with these values of x. So we just repeat it or write it the way it is. So we have minus 5 here, 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 and minus 5 here. Great, 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 great. So for those of you that are not subscribed to my channel, I'm still saying you should please click on that subscription button for you to get great content like this and more. If you like the video you're watching, you can just click on that like and just say something on the comment section. Thank you. Now let's go back to it. So we have 16 here, right? Now you notice here is colored, right? So when adding, you ignore this part, and just add up these ones that we have here to get the value of this, because this is our target. This is our target. So 16 minus 8 gives us what? Minus 8. 16 minus 8 gives us 8, and 8 minus 5 gives us what? 3. Great. Now 9 minus 6 gives us what? 3. 3 minus 5 gives us what? Minus 2. Nice. 4 minus 4 is 0. 0 minus 5 is what? Minus 5. Nice. 1 minus 2 is minus 1. Minus 1, let me write this. Minus 1 minus 5 is equal to that. Now, this is like addition in the negative direction. So we have minus 6. So if you're owing somebody 1 naira and you borrowed an extra 5 naira, that means you're owing a total of 6 naira. So that's what it means. So this is minus 6. Now 0 plus 0 is 0, 0 minus 5 is minus 5. Now 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 minus 5 gives us minus 2. 4 plus 4 is 8. 8 minus 5 gives us what? 3. And 9 plus 6 is 15. 15 minus 5 is 10. So you can see how it goes. So this is how to get the table of value using this first method. So to avoid wasting of time, so let's just get straight to the graph. Now notice something about the scale here. On our x-axis, we're given 2 centimeters to represent 1 unit. On our y-axis, we're given 2 centimeters to represent what's it called? 2 units. 2 units. So what does it mean? What is the highest values here? The highest value we have here is 10. Now the least is what? 2, right? So that means for us to capture all these values, or for us to have the values on our graph, if we use this particular this scale, it makes the graph more visually appealing, right? More beautiful to see and very clean, very clean. You know, they said the wider the graph, the more beautiful it looks, and it's likely there's a probability that the more accurate there is to the answer. Shift this up, import a graph here. So sorry, my The graph that I have here already have scale. So this graph already have scale. And on the graph, and if you notice something, on our x-axis we have the values are -4 down to what? +3. So look at the other part and look at this positive side. We have just 1, 2, and 3, right? So this is 2 centimeter. This is 2 centimeters to represent 1 unit. 2 centimeters represent 1 unit, meaning we have 1 here, the next unit is 2, the next unit is 3, the next unit is 4. So the difference between the first unit and the second unit is 1. Likewise, the third and the fourth is 1. So their individual difference is just 1, and it goes like that. So, but on our x-axis, we have 2. All right, 2 centimeters to represent 2 units. So meaning on each box, the difference between the two values on each box is just 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. So difference between 6 and 4 is 2, 6 and 8 is 2, and it goes like that. So let's plot the graph together. Now, notice our values of x. So the first value of x is what? -4. And the second value and the second value is what? -3, and it goes down to what? +3. So when x is what? -4, what's the value of y? Y is what? +3. So this is -4 here. So where is our +3? So +3 lies at the middle of this particular place. So these are positive values, these are negative values, these are positive values, these are what? Negative value. So we trace this line down to where it meets. So this is the point they meet. So I mean this and this meets here, right? So when x is -3, y is -2. So when x is -3 here, this is the value of what? X. This is x-axis, and this is my y-axis. It's my y-axis. Now, when x is what? 3, y is what? 2. So you can see this line goes down straight, and this goes down. So this is where they meet. Meet at this particular point here. Nice. Now the next is what? When x is 2, -2, y is what? -5. When x is -2, y is -5. Now, in between 4 and 6, we have of -5 here. In between -4 and -6, we have -5. So we trace down to where 2 is. So it means they meet here. It's here. Oh, they meet at this point. Okay. Now when x is what? -1, y is -6. -1, x is -1 here. Y is -6. So this is -6. So we have this. Now when x is what? 0, y is -5. Now 0 is at the mid of this particular cross-like graph. So this line entirely is what we call 0, right? So the question said when x is what? 0, y is what? -5. So when x is 0, y is -5 on the same line, is on the same line. So this is it, right? Now, when x is what? +1, y is -2. When x is +1, y is -2. +1, +1, he said, -2, he said. So this is where they meet. Now, when x is what? 2, +2, y is +3. When x is +2, y is positive. We had 3 initially here, so we just move back to our tree and fix the dots there. Again, finally, when x is what? 3, y is 10, as +3 and +10. So 10 is up here, up here. I actually didn't add 10 here. So, but 10 is up there. So let's get the curve together. So I would start with this part because these ones are more stressful. So let me put it that way. So, so connect this, okay? And we connect this to this. We also connect this point to this point. Then we finally connect this point. Oops. Connect this point. If you're rushing, you may not get this. Oh, it's kind of not straight, but it's not supposed to be straight. And we connect this point to this point also. And this is it. So great. This is beautiful. It looks nice. All right. So what will be the solution then? So the solution to what? The solution to y equal to what? X squared plus 2x and minus 5. What will be the solution then? Now, this is not like the normal graph that you have some grid lines and all that. So, but the solution lies where the curve cuts the x-axis. So I'm talking about this part like this, and I'm talking about this part also, where the curve cuts the x-axis and this particular line and this particular line. So now, looking at these particular values, I am seeing that this is minus 3. So the next number to it is what? 3.5 before we get to 4. So I would say that my solution is minus 3.5 because this is it, this part here like this, and this part here. And this is, since we're reading from 0 down to what? 3. So this would be 1.5 also. And 1.5. So these are my solutions. So let me reduce this so that we all see it from the onset. So